Okay, the last award of the evening. Named for the noted historian, John Sandoval, one of the founders of Hayward Area Historical Society. The John Sandoval Award recognizes an individual or individuals for excellence and significant contributions to the field of history and/or historic preservation in our communities. Contributions that have made a lasting or sustainable impact within our communities, including the education of children, adults, and visitors. And tonight we're honored to have a number of previous award winners: Lucille Lorge, Paul Ferreira, and did Nels Nelson make a guess, Nels? Nels Nelson. Thank you, Nels. To give tonight's award, I'd like to introduce Hayward Area Historical Society Board Member, Professor Linda Ivey.
Thank you. We are honored to have Alameda County Supervisor Nate Miley here this evening to be the recipient of the John Sandoval Award. He has had a long life of community service since he arrived in our area in 1976 after graduating from law school, and we're lucky that he ended up in Oakland because this sent him on a path towards service in Alameda County, eventually to the Board of Supervisors, where he has worked with our organization in helping us in the preservation of the San Lorenzo Pioneer Cemetery. I wanted to say a word about this cemetery, because it's more than just a historic cemetery, and it's more than just a cemetery that happens to have the remains of many prominent community members in our history. This cemetery in particular has quite a story to it. We were talking about the meaning of cemeteries in history and why we preserve cemeteries beyond the sort of normal emotional reasons. And I was talking to Diane about what they had found in this particular cemetery. And she talked to me a little bit about the names, and she said, well, you know, it's a lot of farmers, because San Lorenzo was originally an agricultural community. And she said the amazing thing was all the different names that she saw. Names from all different ethnic identities. Anglo names next to Japanese names. Now, I can tell you as a historian of California that this is quite extraordinary. We don't think about it much these days because we're such a far-flung society, but cemeteries are traditionally a very strong symbol of belonging to a community. And the fact that this agricultural community had all of these different people together in a cemetery tells us something quite profound about our community. In that sense, it is very fitting that Supervisor Miley helped us with his dedication to community service to preserve this community pioneer cemetery. It will help us understand a sense of belonging to a community. But more importantly, it will help us remember that we've always had a very diverse community, and a diverse community that has long worked together to build that sense of community. And we see it in something as simple as a historic cemetery. Supervisor Miley, we thank you so much for helping us preserve this incredibly historically valuable piece of property. So please welcome Supervisor Nate Miley.
So good evening, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here this evening. I'm going to try to make a few remarks. It's just been a very busy day, extremely busy. This is the last event of many things today. But yeah, I'm extremely honored. I think the work of the Hayward Area Historical Society is very significant, and it's just fantastic. And you know, I'm humbled to receive the award because, you know, in the presence of many elected officials, and I feel we all do the work we do because we want to serve the public. And, you know, getting recognition is nice, but that's not the reason we do the job. That's not the reason I do the job. I do the job because I want to serve the public, I want to do what's right, I want to leave a legacy. And so when it came to my attention, Pioneer Cemetery, and it was, you know, owned and operated by the county, and Doris, I don't know if Doris is here, said to me, you know, we got to take care of this place, and she was asking the county for resources to take care of it, and I started looking into the situation and found out that, wow, we're really not doing a good job here, and it's really embarrassing. And as was pointed out, cemeteries are just significant in our lives, significant in our history and our culture. They just mean a lot. You know, occasionally, I don't think I'm weird now, but occasionally, you know, when I go places, I might go and visit a cemetery. Does anybody else do that? I hope I'm not the only person in the room. Okay. But yeah, because like you said, I mean, it's fascinating to kind of see you know, the people who are buried there, and you know, the ages and the names, and you think about their lives and what it was like. I mean, it's just. I think it's remarkable. And so I felt the Pioneer Cemetery deserved the same sort of respect, both for the people who have come before us and then all of us who are presently here, so that we could pay our respect to them, but also understand the heritage and what it meant to them to settle this area, to be part of this area, and now we're all inhabiting this area. So I just, you know, really felt it was the right thing to do, and working with Myron and the staff at the Hayward Area Historical Society and others was just a real pleasure. So I'm humbled, I'm honored to receive the award. I thank you so very much. I really appreciate the work that this Hayward Area Historical Society does, and just thank you for recognizing me, and I'll continue to do my job because, quite frankly, that's what you pay me to do. And I want to do my job, and I want to do it well. I just want to recognize the sheriff over there. You know, he's a good friend of mine. Everybody knows Charlie Plummer, so I just want to recognize the sheriff this evening and recognize all of you, many of you who are constituents, and Ms. Morelli. I've known her for a long time. She can tell you some stories, but it's nice to see her this evening. So it's good seeing all of you, Karen as well. So thank you so very much.
I don't want the fire extinguisher in the background. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Thank you. I wore my heels today, and I still have to lower this. So, yes, with us tonight, in addition to Supervisor Miley, we have Sheriff Emeritus Charlie Plummer, Hayward City Council Member Mark Salinas, the Director of the Hayward Chamber of Commerce, Kim Huggett, and several members of the Hard Board, Paul Hodges, Dennis Vaespi, Carol Pereira, Ron Andrade, and Lynn Jameson. Thank you all for being here. Before we wrap up tonight, I have one more piece of official business. Before we end tonight's official business, I'm going to take this opportunity at the 2012 History Awards to present, so now I'm going to talk, to present the first Hayward Area Historical Society Employee Excellence Award. This award recognizes outstanding performance by a member or members of the Hayward Area Historical Society staff who have achieved particularly high level of accomplishment on behalf of the Historical Society and the community. And tonight it gives me great pleasure to inaugurate this award by giving it to Hayward Area Historical Society Collections Manager Heather Farquhar. And Heather, if you'll please join me up here. This is Heather. Many of you know her. Heather, tonight you heard during the presentation of the Sandoval Award to Supervisor Miley a bit about the concerted effort that has gone into creating the conditions for bringing resources and attention to the San Lorenzo Pioneer Cemetery site. An effort involving a partnership between Alameda County Redevelopment, and Hayward Area Historical Society. Over the last 3 years, Heather has diligently and masterfully performed the many steps necessary on behalf of the Historical Society and the cemetery to facilitate a conservation assessment, an operating agreement, managing the formation of the San Lorenzo Pioneer Cemetery Friends Group, and creating a master plan. She has consistently gathered, informed, and solicited the participation of the many individuals and groups interested in being a part of the preservation effort, and oversaw the creation of the comprehensive master plan, which was a team effort that she guided, while also drafting great sections of it herself. Many in this room tonight understand what a monumental effort Heather has put into producing the master plan, a plan that sets a new standard for all historic cemeteries. And I wish to thank her for her dedication to the project, her unerring professionalism, her passion for preserving the cemetery, and for helping Hayward Area Historical Society be an effective tool in carrying out its mission to preserve our community's historic treasures. Thank you, Heather. And this comes with a nominal cash award. Okay, just to wrap things up, I'd like to thank the sponsors of tonight's History Awards, particularly to Charles and Norma Plummer for their extremely generous leadership gift. I wish to thank David Lowe, Kim Huggett, Mark Salinas, Joe and May Vecchio, Bernadine Temple for their donations. Thank you very much. Thanks to Meredith Padu for providing tonight's centerpieces. If you haven't checked your HAHS keychain at your desk, look at it now. If there's a dot on it, you are the proud winner of the centerpiece on your table. Just leave the mirror on the table.